And I think I've been in that space with, creating. I did a show with 18th and Union, and I called my show "Unpacking Africa," where I was talking about my experiences of moving from Kenya to the U.S. and how my work is going to change. It's a different context, a different environment, and of course, there's it's hard to navigate that, like your new society now in a black body. And I'd like you to speak about the role of Africans in the diaspora in terms of bridging Africa to the rest of the world, and also the African American experience. Like Simon Okello was saying before, me and him are teaching a class at Africa Town in Seattle. We're teaching Swahili every Sunday.
Yeah, that's good.
And we're teaching it to elderly African Americans who want to go and do business and, back in Africa.
Yeah.
So what do you think is that role of us, like you're saying, without necessarily seeking validation, but still having that mentality that we can come to America and still do well and reach for the stars while we're here.
And learn from it. I'm not saying, I want to be made clear. I'm not saying that we don't learn from others. It's very, very, you learn from others, just like, and if you are in America, you do like what I've seen Lukinya House Fashion does, now bring Kenya to, using the experience of both, Kenyan and also here, to do what you are doing in this house. That's good, and we can learn, from that. But there are a number of things very practical. Kenyans, African people, when you're here in America, your base is African American. You learn. You can't come here and stay here, and you don't know anything about African American history, at the very least African American literature. Right? You remember, they are Africans, right? So it's not a question of. So you are learning your history, okay? Your literature, you must know that literature. You cannot come here in America, and then when you're American, your base really is within our larger communities. Of course, Africans who are here in diaspora, like yourself, African American, and so on. Very, very important, to learn from that. Okay, we must learn from each other first and foremost, and then learn from the larger American context. Yeah. Okay. So we can do a lot when you are here. I'm not saying that when you are here we mourn and say, "Oh my God, now I'm in America. How shall I do? I'm not in Kenya. Oh my God." Huh? Yeah. No. Okay. Remember two things. Exile. People. Kenyatta was in Britain for 15 years. Remember? Right. Yeah. He planned a lot of things with Kwame Nkrumah, with Du Bois, with Paul Robeson, when abroad, Jesus, for those who are Christians, remember Jesus was exiled in Egypt, right? Moses was in Egypt for how many years? For 30 years of his life. He grew up in Egypt, in exile, exile need not, you can turn condition of exile into a positive, right? Because you can also learn. The key thing is you learn from the new environment, not subserviently, but you can also learn from them, but connect it with our base, wherever we come from. Okay. So what you are doing here for teaching Kiswahili, I think that's very important. Yeah. Really, I was very impressed by that. Teaching Kiswahili. How do you go even further and say, we're children here, who are born here. Teach them their mother tongue, really, Why not, if you have vibe and you are teaching Kiswahili, which is very, very, very important, you know. But you can have the same day or another day when you got a class in Luo, you know, and people can go and learn Luo, can learn Kikamba, or whatever is available, okay?
Yeah.
Why not? It can only, you see, the key thing, people don't realize, when you know you are as many African languages as you can, is empowerment. You are based, you are empowered. It's like when you build a house and you got strong foundation, right? That's what I mean by a base. Your base is strong, okay? You can go anywhere in the world and you can learn, you can absorb as many, because your base is strong. If your base is very weak or you're no base, you can even be blown away by the wind. Even the Bible says the same. You can be blown away by the wind, right? You know, the whole idea of building not on sinking sand, but you build on firm foundation, right? From a firm foundation, your base, there's nothing that you can reach the stars. And let me give you another example, because all of us have seen this. Have you seen it? Well, you got little children, some of you already here. I've got 9, by the way, but they are now grown up. So I've got grandkids. And you notice at the airport, I'm always, you know, I like using my eyes looking at people. I find people very fascinating. But one picture which I always see, like San Francisco, I saw a child. She's beginning to walk. And so she thought to run away from mother, right? You know, and go and hide. You know, and the mother is running after the, right?
Yeah.
But that child, you know, very interesting. The reason he keeps on doing that is to be aware of where the mother is, right? Let that child hide. As long as she is aware of where the mother is, she can try even to hide among the people. I'm going to hide here, okay?
Yeah.
If they turn around and they don't see their mother where they are, they start crying. They feel lost. You know, they cry. Okay? Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, for as long as that child is sure of the base, that's their mother, as long as then she can even go and hide, even run, you know, hide out of this. But always, she can venture further and further, precisely because she's very clear about she's know where the base is, which is in this case her mother or father or other relatives. The same really in life. If you know yourself, really, I mean, you can connect with anything really. You know, your base. And the colonization takes the form of the colonizer destabilizing people from their, destabilizing their base. So the base is very simple. It can be your name. It can be your skin color. You know, colonizer, how it begin to make people. Let me use the word which is being used a lot these days, weaponize. Let me use it. You know, colonization weaponizes even your own body against yourself, right? Even your own body, even your own skin color, they can weaponize against you.
Wow.
So you're more worried about the skin color, how to erase it, and so on. You know, instead of saying, no, it's my color, and my color is as good as any other color. You know, I'm not mine is better or worse than it. Just it's my base from which I can. You say worrying, your skin color becomes your. It's almost like your enemy, right? Your hair becomes almost your enemy. You know, so you're quarreling with yourself before you even set out to quarrel with others, right?
Yeah.
And the same system as bullying. You know, bullying. You've bullies in schools. You ever seen? Notice what's common in all bullying systems. The bully always focus on the body or the bullied. Okay, all the time. You're either too short or too tall, or whatever it is, or that's they are making that person feel that as if their body is an enemy to themselves. Yeah. Now, bullying is inherent in colonial situations. There's a bullying element in every colonial situation. Wow. And what you do, you say, no, my body is my body. Okay, right?
Right.
Yeah. And from my body, I can relate to other bodies, right? Powerful. But I not start by turning my body against myself. Yeah. Right? Yeah. You refuse.